So ever since I created this channel back in January, in the beginning of the year, I've been trying to get a chance at some sort of recognition. You know, just trying to get my name out there and show people my content. So I've been trying to get a shout out from other YouTubers or just promote my channel myself, which I still am doing. And when I mean getting a shout out, I don't mean getting a shout out from a huge ass YouTuber. I'm talking realistically like getting a shout out from a YouTuber under 10,000 subscribers. And it's hard to promote yourself without getting criticized by dick-sucking fanboys of other YouTubers. I stand at around 140 subscribers right now, and I'm really grateful for that. Now, most of us small YouTubers, including myself, just want a simple following, nothing special, so it doesn't feel like when we put our content out there, we're talking to a wall. We just want to get our content out there and get a following so we can communicate with our subscribers and entertain people, because most of us bust our asses off trying to give original content out there as often as we can. But it seems like everyone on YouTube is scummy as shit. Even the small YouTubers. About 80% of small YouTubers are scummy motherfuckers, and I'll get into that in a second. YouTube seems more like a popularity contest nowadays. Everybody wants to be under the fucking spotlight. Everyone wants to be the big powerhouse on YouTube. And that kind of greediness ruins it for all of us small YouTubers that aren't really scummy. YouTube gets harder every single fucking day because there are more and more people joining and more people uploading, and everyone wants a piece of the cake. Now, with that being said, let me go on with what I've been seeing and how most small YouTubers are scummy motherfuckers. So like I said, ever since I started YouTube, I've been trying to get a shout out by other smaller YouTubers to get people to check out my content. Now, I would love to do a shout out series, but it's just that I'm at 140 subscribers right now, so I wouldn't be able to do much. Maybe in the future it could be possible. So when I started this channel, I've been looking for a shout out series, and I found some, and I signed up for a lot of them, and I found a lot of small YouTubers doing shout out series. And so when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I got a chance at something. And I'm still subscribed to some of these YouTubers in hopes for a shout out. And I've been subscribed to some of these motherfuckers for about 6 months now, over 6 months. And let me tell you this, 10% of these shoutout series are pretty legit, but 90% of these shoutout series are fucking scams. I started realizing this a while back, and I decided to talk about this now because lately something caught my attention, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So how I started realizing these shoutout series were a fucking scam is not only how much time I had to wait, and I didn't even end up getting a shoutout, but because of the people these guys were shouting out. So the rules of most shoutout series are pretty simple. Just subscribe and be active on their channel and subscribe to the winners. So I'm a skeptical guy, and I start noticing that these other people that were getting shouted out had their own shoutout series, and I check out their shoutout series, and these motherfuckers were shouting each other out. They were shouting each other out for their own benefits. Now, it's not anyone specific. It's most of these smaller YouTubers that are just like me. They're just slightly bigger, and that's why small YouTubers are scummy. And I want to give it a good example of some scummy shit what used to be a small YouTuber did. So there was this YouTuber called the Pro Gamer J, and he was doing a shoutout series when he had around 7K, and I subbed to him back in January, so I was subscribed to him for a pretty fucking long time. I just unsubscribed to him like back in July. So I would comment on his videos and be active, and he would reply back to my comments, and everything was all fine. But then, not only did I find out his shoutout series was a fucking scam too, but he fucking blew up on YouTube with all his clickbaits and his fucking promises to give away free shit, and now he stands at around 300,000 subscribers, 300K. And guess what this motherfucker did? He got rid of his shoutout series and acts like, you know, he never had one. And I've been trying to ask him, Jay, what happened to the shoutout series? Jay, what happened to it? And I try to ask him this many times in his comments, and I get no answer. So basically, this was a big fuck you to everyone who was subbed to him for about 6 months like me, waiting to get a shoutout. So the thing that caught my attention that made me make this was that lately, almost on every single fucking video, I'm getting people advertising their own shoutout series, and these motherfuckers are just copying and pasting, and they go on to the next guy. And don't get me wrong, some of these shoutout series are not scams, but a good majority of them are. Now, I have no problems with people coming on here and telling me to check out their channel, because I do stop by and check out their channel. You know, small YouTubers gotta help out other small YouTubers. But on every fucking video, I'm getting all these comments of people advertising their scam-ass shoutout series, and it falls in my spam box. And most of these comments start off as something like, hey dude, I like your video was fucking awesome, dude, you should sign up for my shoutout series, blah 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 blah, here's what you gotta do, scam 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 scam. And what's funny is that I got one of those comments on my 7 Days to Die live stream. That's how you know these motherfuckers are scammers and they don't care. Another thing that made me make this and expose this shit was that I saw a video by a YouTuber named Knockout who was exposing these YouTubers named Pete HD, Zyrone, and other ones, and they were exposing their shoutout series scam. And those same YouTubers that he listed were some of the same motherfuckers that I had been subscribed to for months and been trying to get a shoutout from. And those were just a few small YouTubers. There's many more who do this. So that's how 80% of small YouTubers are some scummy motherfuckers. So guys, don't fall for these shoutout series scam shit. It's all usually just some channel and his friends whose content is just regurgitated shit and just wants to scam people and be big on YouTube. Make sure the shoutout series you're entering is legit. Fuck, I wish I could do my own shoutout series if I ever get like 5K or some shit. But anyways guys, the point is, don't get scammed. YouTube is full of shady people, even most of the small YouTubers whose only goal is to get big. And most of these shady small YouTubers are ripoffs of other YouTubers and can't be original and just regurgitate shit. This whole waiting for a shoutout thing pissed me the fuck off, and it's sad because I actually ended up liking some of these small shady YouTubers' content until I found this out. If I'm able to make my own shoutout series, I will make sure it's fucking legit. So anyways guys, if you're looking for a shoutout series, make sure it's legit and not a fucking scam. Make sure you see who they're shouting out. Anyways, peace out.